Men, you got to learn to be a little more selfish. And not selfish to the point where you're fucking people over, but selfish to where you're not fucking yourself over. What's going on, guys? Your boy Kayvon Rashad, where I help you men get fit physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And today's video is going to be about men being more selfish, right? We have to be more selfish, right? If we're supposed to be leaders, and I'm 27 years old, and I'm noticing like I need to be a better leader. And so if you got to be a better leader, you have to be more selfish. Be more selfish to the point where you're improving yourself. You're improving yourself physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. In every area of your life, you gotta be a little more selfish, guys. See, I'm not saying be selfish to where you're not thinking of others, people that's in your ecosystem, people that's in your circle, like you're fucking people over, you're doing horrible things to people. Like, what I mean by being selfish is you have to focus on you. Focus on your development, right? I know this from my life. I tend to pour into a lot of people, especially in relationships and friendships. And I got to work on my internal too. I got to work on my physical. Not saying I'm not in good shape. Not saying I'm not right physically, spiritually, emotionally. But I could be a lot better. But the reason I'm saying, man, you gotta be a little more selfish. We are leaders. As much as women want to be independent, they don't really want to be independent. They're only being independent because they've been put in a lot of situations where they have to, right? And either they grew up in a scenario, in a dynamic where they had to be independent, or they ran into a lot of guys that, you know, they couldn't really trust them fully, right? And if we're men, we're leaders, women are in submission to our mission. They want to follow us, but we have to give them some shit to follow, which is why I'm telling you, you gotta be a little more selfish. You gotta be a little more selfish. Be a little more selfish with your time, right? And I'll do another video on men treasuring your time, but men, we gotta be selfish. We gotta be in that gym, right? We gotta get our body in shape, right? We gotta fix our credit. We gotta start eating right. Because again, we want women to follow us. We want people to follow us in general. People are not going to follow losers. No one wants to follow a loser. Everybody wants to be a part of the winning team. Everybody wants to be a part of a winning team, right? So again, we're men. We're called to be leaders. You gotta put yourself first, right? Leave the fucking vices alone. Leave the vices alone, right? Maybe stop the smoking, right? Or cut down on it, right? Again, don't go cold turkey, but maybe ease off on the smoking. Because again, we're men, we gotta be leaders. So you have to be better than your woman, right? They're not gonna admit this to you, but a woman only gonna respect you if she feels you are better than her, right? So I gotta be better than her, right? Not saying you putting her down and you putting in your face that you're better than her, but she has to feel with your energy, right? You gotta have like the godlike energy. I learned this from Pimp Freezing. He said you gotta have godlike energy when you're around the women, bro. And so like, again, she has to see you participating in productive activities. She can't be seeing you indulging in your vices, smoking, drinking, eating like an asshole. She gotta see you getting your body in shape. She gotta see you make shit look effortless. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is hard, bro, but you gotta make that shit look effortless, right? But again, this goes back to my main point that I'm trying to drive into you guys today. You got to put yourself first, right? You see all those husbands, that those men are in fucked up marriages, they're unhappy, they're working 16-hour days. It's because they're not putting themselves first, right? I know that dynamic is tricky because again, you want to take care of your family, right? But at the same time, if you're not happy, if you're not in good shape, if you're depressed, you have anxiety, how are you really helping? You're not. You're not really. Back to what I was saying, you're kind of doing your family a disservice, bro, if you're not putting yourself first, because they're following you, right? So you're only leading your family to anxiety, depression, and being unhappy because you're unhappy, because that's the man, right? We're the head. and the woman's the neck, right? So again, you want your woman to be in submission, or you want people to follow your lead. This is what I'm learning at 27 years old, bro. You got to put yourself first, right? In every area of your life, you got to put yourself first. It's not saying you're not thinking of people, but again, at the end of the day, it's about you. As a man, it's really about you, because people are following us, right? The women are following us. If we want them to really trust us fully, we gotta put ourselves first, making sure we're good financially, spiritually, physically, and emotionally, and we're commanding respect. When I say financially, I'm not saying that you're a trick, you're throwing money, but you gotta put yourself first, bro. You gotta put yourself first, right? That's all I want to say today, man. I was watching the video, man. I was like, man, this would be a good video. And it's something that I'm going through in my life right now as I'm improving my leadership and on my journey of self-development. And I think you guys should hit this message too. So if you're a man, want to get fit physically, spiritually, emotionally, stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, man. Holla back at your boy.